Welcome back to the Coins and Connections podcast, where we explore all things books, business, and bullshit. My favorite bees. I'm your host, the fairy coin mother, Cinquanta Cox-Smith of www.cinquantacoxsmith.com. Now let's get into today's episode. Hey guys, welcome back to the Coins and Connections podcast, episode 153. So I'm here with a really good topic. I know a lot of people who have started their business prior to 2020. A lot of creators, content creators, influencers, business owners, service-based and product-based are a little burnt out. So everyone and their mama started a business in 2020, and a lot of these people gain lots of success and they're thriving. Also, we have been hit what we call a recession and inflation, actually. So prices for everything have gone up. A lot of people are not working. More people are creating and working from home. So there's a whole lot of different dynamics than when I started to actually build Coins and Connections around the end of 2016 and fully launched in 2017. So I put a call out to my Facebook friends and I wanted to know what's going on. How are you feeling? Have you had to pivot? Are you still holding strong? Because I noticed that a lot of the people who started with me, they're still consistent, but I've also noticed that a lot of them have pulled away from being in that grind, like that consistent grind of I have to be singing, I have to be everywhere. They're slowing down, but they're also at the same time maintaining. Yet the people who have started in 2020, they have to be consistent with the going live and showing up and doing all of these things. Also, a lot of these businesses went viral, so they didn't have that growing pains that a lot of us had, where we could grow through the bullshit and be able to bounce back. Yet, these people who went viral and made so much money in 2020 and who've grown their businesses so fast, they've had to grow at a really high rate to where they didn't get to experience the downsides. And if they did, they probably experienced them very public. My question that I put out to my Facebook friends, I also put it on Twitter and I put it on YouTube, but I got the most comments on Facebook. So hopefully my friends don't mind me reading their names and giving a shout out to them. But my question was, if you started a business prior to 2020, how are you doing? So I said service-based and product-based. And I let them know that I was working on a podcast episode and I would love to hear some unapologetic responses, aka some real shit. Don't gloss over the fact that you tired, you over this shit. I just wanted to know. My good friend Lonnie, also known as Elandia Denise on Facebook, she owns Elon Wick Candle Co. And what her response was, I was exhausted as fuck for the last couple of years, but I feel like I've gotten my win back. And I can totally agree with that statement. So the next comment comes from Kristen P. Alston Sessions. Again, Kristen is a friend of mine from back home, and she is a realtor. So her comment says, despite the economy, real estate has still been booming. It's slowing down a bit, but I've been helping more sellers lately. So I absolutely love that there's this happy medium in the real estate business, because we saw not too long ago that inventory was very scarce. The next comment came from a former student of mine, and I would now call her friend, Veronica Moore. She said the effect of the pandemic is real, but we are still finding ways to be creative and meet the demand for our culinary service. So her and her husband opened a restaurant, and then she also said, people have learned from us and we have been apologetic about the fact that the price is the motherfucking price. That's what I'm talking about, sis. Because I know meat ain't cheap. So I absolutely feel that. So next, the comment comes from a dear sweetheart of mine who I was so happy to see her on my timeline. Her name is Jarius McNair Edens. And she said I've shifted quite a few times. I'm doing well. I enjoy what I'm doing now. I plan to ride this one out till the wheels fall off. And I love that for her. So the next comment, she said she's doing great and have grown since then. And then Andrea Moore, I love her. She does grief journals and consulting. She's here in Colleen as well. And she says I'm doing really well. I'm shifting. And honestly, I love it. I've had my ups and downs. However, those downs were meant for me to learn from. And y'all know how I feel about any type of failures or anything when I'm down. The next one comes from Linda Sewell. And she said, I struggled with working my 9-to-5 and running my business. Things started going exceptionally well at work, so I stepped away from my business to run with my win. I'm now feeling the strong pullback to my business. I want to get back and be better than I was before. I have one from my good girlfriend, Gabrielle Morton, and she said, my product-based business took a hit during the pandemic, but my service-based business continues to grow. I was also working a 9-to-5, and I realized that I often shifted balance between work, business, and motherhood. I definitely didn't have a solid personal life. This spoke volumes to me because with self-diagnosing myself with adult ADHD, I cannot focus on too many things at once. So that's why you guys always hear me say podcast, YouTube. And when it comes to business, work, and personal life, I suffer. So if I'm strictly just working a real job like I am now and doing my business, my personal life is definitely suffering. So right now, I'm basically focusing on work and my personal life. My business life is not suffering. It's kind of on autopilot. It does not require too much of me. And I think I got it just about right now. I feel good where I am in my business. It's not stressful. It's still making money. And I'm still able to flourish in my personal life and in my work life. I'm just grateful for all of the comments. I love all of the people who chimed in. I know them on the business side. We've either worked together, they've been a part of my Facebook groups, or just supporting me along the way. So I definitely love hearing that side of them. Another thing that I posted not too long ago on Instagram, and I kind of did a reel because it really spoke to me. The post said, one day I post 10 stories, the next I disappear for 2 months. And this explains me really well. And I truly don't feel like it's burnout. It's just that at that moment, social media, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, is just not doing it for me. And I just need that break. So I'll go on a spree where I post like consistently for a few days, and then it's like crickets. You'll see me like or comment every now and then, and I can delete it from my phone and completely forget that I have the app. I have actually went ahead and gone and deleted my Snapchat completely. I deleted my Facebook fan page, so I only have Coins and Connections. I do still have like my YouTube channel, my Pinterest, and things like that. But I'm not on TikTok as much versus me. I'm using TikTok more of a search engine. So when I want to search something, I'm using TikTok as a search engine just because I can get a quick answer with the short form content. But as far as like engaging, really not doing a lot of engaging. I'm just posting, using the app for what it used to be, posting life updates, life highlight reels, showing off my outfits or making funny jokes. I'm not using it as a business. And this is something that I want brands to understand. So a lot of times we create things and we know where our audience is. And right now for me, my audience is on YouTube. And when I'm pitching or when a brand pitches me, I would rather not sell a dream of, hey, I can definitely go ahead and post this TikTok and it's going to do numbers for you, when I know that is not my main platform because I'm not consistent enough to consistently bring sales to them or clicks or likes from that platform. So when I did my media kit, I solely focused on my YouTube channel and sometimes my podcast, because I know those are the two platforms that I'm very consistent on. And those are the two platforms that I want to stay as consistent as I can. At least if I'm doing something monthly, at least 4 times a month on those two platforms, I'm happy because those are my happy spots. And I think that brands don't understand that. They see that you have this platform, but I don't think they understand that if you're not actively using it, it's not going to garner the that they think. And I know for a fact I'm a different type of creator. So that's why when they reach out to me, I'm like, hey, let me just do a YouTube video. I know what I can do with a YouTube video. I know what I can accomplish with a podcast episode. So a lot of times brands, they need to listen. Yes, you want me to put it on my TikTok? Sure, but maybe if I create the content for you to put on your TikTok, it might do well. It might do better. So that is something that I will start to pitch, saying, hey, give you the rights to post it on your TikTok because I think it would do better. And then you tag me and I share it or something like that. I don't know what this podcast episode will be called, but I really wanted to do more so like a check-in, like how are you doing if you've started your business before 2020? And then I'm not calling it a burnout because it's not a burnout. I just feel like it's not even it's more of a disconnect. Like I feel disconnected from the way and the rate that social media is moving, but I can still love and understand it, but choose not to throw myself in it. Okay, so am I getting old? Am I an old head? Am I an OG at this point where I don't want to keep up with all of the social media? I'd rather just use it for fun. So I just want to know what is going on out there. Is the burnout now called a phase out? Are we moving away from being in the limelight? I know we've been tired of the hustle and bustle. And like I told y'all, paid in peace, honey. And that is what it's all about for me. So I'm going to keep, make money, spend money, but I'm going to be paid in peace. And I'm just going to always be part of that self-love club and continue to do what's best for me. I always tell y'all, we can give advice all day long, but only take what you need and only use what can benefit you and your business and what is best for you. Again, only show up the way you need to show up for yourself and your business and to make sure that it's healthy for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this mini-sode and I'll talk to you guys next week. Until next time. Thank you so much for listening and subscribing to the Coins and Connections podcast. Don't forget to leave a review and join the conversation over on Facebook and Instagram using the hashtag Coins and Connections. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Cinquanta Cox-Smith and at Coins and Connections. You can shop all merch at www.coinsandconnections.com. I love you more than I love this podcast. Peace.